Hey, what is going on, friends? This is Rowan from Optimize FX. Welcome to week 8. We up to 2-month mark of the $1,000 challenge. And yeah, what a 2 months it's been. So let's just start off with having a look at my FX book. And we can see here that Dragon Expert, which is actually what I found out. Dragon Expert is actually Erin's. Erin's is Dragon. I don't know which one came first, but they are both exactly the same. And how I know that is because I ran a backtest from starting from one date, ending at another, on exactly the same settings on both, and I got exactly the same results. The only thing that's different was the name at the very top of the spreadsheet. And I'll show you how I know that's the same as well. Just another thing, if we have a look at Dragon here, you'll notice something very similar. Oh, here we go, we've got Erin's. Actually the market's not open. Anyway, but if we have a look at Dragon, we have a look at all this these inputs here, have a look at it, just have a quick look, and then we go over to Erin's. Do you notice that it is all exactly the same? It is all the same. Exactly the same. The only difference is the magic, the website, the email, and the copyright. But everything is the same. So that was another giveaway. I was thinking, like, when I looked at Erin's and I looked at Dragon, I was like, geez, this looks familiar. I've seen this somewhere before. And there you go. So Dragon Expert is Erin's, just so you know. So when you're running Dragon, you're actually running Erin's, and when you're running Erin's, you're actually running Dragon. It doesn't matter which one you use, they are both exactly the same, or the copies that I have are exactly the same anyway, so maybe I've got the wrong ones. I don't know. But anyway, I jumped on Erin's website, because they both have websites too, which is interesting. And I had a look at the best way to run, what they say is the best way to run their expert, and with their user manual and all that kind of stuff. And they say that you need to use 3 pairs with $5,000 equity, and that is about it, with some set files. So I think I loaded them 1 to 9. Yes, I did. So in this case, I loaded some set files for Erin's that I found. You can see here, the only difference is I can see is the time filter is activated, and we have a start and end hour on the broker time, that is. So we hit OK there. So that was 1 to 9, and this one is 1 to 9 as well. True, 1 to 9. Hidden take profit is true, but everything else is pretty much the same. I don't know if it's 1 to 9 on all of them. It is, for some reason. Okay, that is quite interesting. But as you can see here, I started this like a week ago, and it's already made $221 US, and it is not in any drawdown right now. So far it seems quite safe. They say to run 5k, and the reason being is that yeah, it is a very aggressive robot, whether it be Erin's or Dragon. They're both aggressive because they're the same. But anyway, let's go back to let's go back to this this chart, and we can see that Dragon Expert 4.1 / Erin's is currently leading the way, closely followed by Baby Shark, with not much less profits. But they're both, like, with Dragon Expert only running 1 pair, I think that's absolutely amazing. But in terms of, like, you know, who's winning as per drawdown, it would have to be Dragon as well, which is really shocking because, you know, it's a really aggressive EA. You know, it's got 22.47 drawdown, whereas Baby Shark's up to 53, and that all happened, I think, at the very start of its trading life, when there was only $1,000 in there. So, but yeah, there you have it. They're the top 2, Dragon Expert and Baby Shark. I've shown you all the settings that I was using. Let's go back to Baby Shark, which is somewhere here. There's that many. Well, that's Dragon. Aaron's Baby Shark, yeah, this one here, and I believe I'm only running 2% of the balance. Now, I did play around with this. I do have another one that is going on a smaller balance, and I upped the percentage of balance to 10% just to see what would happen. And I can quickly show you there. That's Fury, Baby Shark. Okay, yes, so I've got it all here ready. So since the 13th of this month to now, which is the 21st. So it's the 13th to the 21st. I had this running, so it's like a week. I had this running, and then for a little bit, I think maybe it was the 21st, I'm like, stuff it, let's run 10%. Let's see what happens. And what I noticed is it started off with, obviously bigger lot sizes. I think it started on like 0.02. This was only the account's only got like less than $1,000 in it, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, it went up like really quickly. So we can see here, I think it was down here. It maybe started at 2, went to 3, went to 5, 9, and then 15. And then after all that, it went into a fair bit of drawdown, on a $1,000 account. It only made $11 after closing, this and this at a loss. So there's 12, almost $20 there loss, and then you've made 40. But yeah, so it only made like $11 in that day, which wasn't the best. But this is the 21st here. Obviously, it made more after that. But I don't think there's any benefit in doing any more than 2%. I think even 2% is probably a bit too risky. If you're going to run this live, you can if you want. But it didn't seem to matter. I think it may have like a basket. You can see here that it's closed at 3 and 11 twice here. So I think what it does is, see, it opened at 3 and then to 5, and this was on 10%, I think. So it went into a little bit of drawdown, and the stop loss didn't move. The take profit looks like it didn't move, and then the market came back and it took both of those at a profit. But usually the 0.03 trade here would have been a loss, and the take profit would have been moved below it. So that would have been a little bit of a loss or break even, and then you'd get the $11 here. So it would have been like $9 or $8 or something usually, but in this case it didn't do it that way. So you've made like $14 in 2 trades, which is really good in like one day. So in one day, so if we're having a look at the 21st here, which we'll do. See if it'll let. No, we don't want to save as a report. Silly me. That's if it will do it, because sometimes it doesn't just do one day. So it's included the 20th there as well, but it's only one trade on the 20th. So it made $51 in one day. And I think that was risking the this was the 10% possibly. But that's ridiculous. So, but it is. I did see it go into a fair bit of drawdown, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it if you're going to do that live. But I just wanted to see what would happen if it was run on 10%, and it just opens bigger lot sizes. But I think the basket or the take profit stays about the same. It just gets there quicker. But in saying that, you go into drawdown a lot quicker because the lot sizes are way bigger as well. So you can see here, it's got one open trade right now over the weekend, and it started on 0.02 because I moved it back to 2%, and it's currently, in profit, and it will hit $4. So it seems that as the balance is moving up, the basket profit may increase as well. But you can see here that it was $3. See, $3 and then $3, and there was one at $4 there. So it's interesting. So like a 0.03 trade, it closes profit at $3, and a 0.02 closes at 4. Maybe maybe it's including commissions. There's no commissions on this account, which is interesting, or swaps. But we can see there's no commission there. There is a swap because it's going over the weekend. But yeah, I think it's a really solid EA, and I think with this, definitely if you are going to run it, once you double your money in your account, definitely pull out that money. Even though you know that it can, because it has a bigger account, it can trade with a bigger balance. It's really tempting just to let it go and do its thing, but if it's really hard to kind of explain. Once you have a bigger account balance, it can do bigger trades, and you're going to draw down a lot more, and you just have to deal with that, I guess, because you'll have a bigger balance. But always have a mental stop loss in your head. So I say if you've got a $1,000 account and you got it trading at 2%, and you see it going to $500 drawdown, that's 50% of your account. Just exit it. Just have that. Don't be like, oh, maybe it might, maybe the market might come back. It might come back and take profits or whatever. In my experience, this is not worth it. Just get out at 50% or even less. Like a lot of people, their hard limit is 20%. So if you see it going to 20% drawdown, get out. But with martingale EAs, this is a martingale EA. That's how they make their money. So if you're happy trading that kind of strategy, by all means, let it go into a lot of drawdown. But that's just my 2 cents anyway. So let's go back to here. So this is Erin's. We've got Baby Shark, Dragon Expert. So Dragon Expert is probably my top one right now. If you've got the equity, just be very careful with it though. Maybe run it on a cent account for a month, and with the 3 pairs, you can find user manuals for Dragon/Erin's online. They say to run it on a triumvirate, which is 3 pairs that benefit each other. And on default settings, I think the default settings were good, but you can use a time filter to reduce the risk as well of it trading like in very volatile sessions, like the New York session as well. So there's my 2 cents there. Yeah, Baby Shark, we went over that. I think it is really good, but just watch that percentage of balance. I did see that it can trade on less than 1%. So maybe start it on 0.5% to start and see how you go with that for a month. And if you're happy with that, and the market is kind, maybe move it up to 1% and then 1.5 and then 2. But I didn't see any benefit going up to high percentages. You are very much increasing your risk, and it's just not worth it with real money. But definitely give it a shot if you want. That's why we do these tests. I was even thinking of doing 20%, just to play around with it, see what would happen. So this is the new one that I started. It hasn't actually shown any profits there because it is starting at here, so I need to fix that up. EA Scalper Orion. There we go. We got Fury. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll see what happened here. I'll show you. EA Scalper Orion went into a little bit of a loss and it come back, but it is slowly going up there, which is really good. Then we have Stepping Stone, which is slowly making money as well. The Grint trend multiplier is slowly making money as well. Robotron, we'll have a talk about that soon. That is, I think, no longer Robotron. We'll have to talk about that. No Sleep, it is slowly coming back, and then we have the Scalper EA Neptune didn't actually take any trades, and when I went to close the terminal, it actually locked up. So I think it's possibly because the terminal was broken, the program itself, or maybe it is a bad file that I have. So I might try and find another one. I can't backtest it either, so it doesn't give me any errors or anything like that, which is really weird. So I might see if I can find another one somewhere, load it up, see if I can backtest it. and go from there. So sorry about that. It didn't work. I let it go for the whole week and nothing happened. We still have a balance of 1,001. I might change it out with something else next week. Maybe one of the expert Forex make money EA. It seems to make a lot of money, so I'd like to see if we can get that going. This is Stepping Stone. We have the, I don't know if anyone traded this, but we've got the big M formation on pound USD. That was awesome. If you got on these moves, if you got an indicator that caught these, you did very well catching all those pips. That would have been beautiful. Caught the upside, caught the down, caught the upside, caught the down. Both beautiful support touches here. Boom. So it's hit support, go up, hit resistance. Didn't even get past support, this area here. It's turned back, come back with a big retrace and then come back up, hit that resistance and then drop back down to support, and it's sitting there again now. So we'll see what happens. But I would definitely be watching GU at what happens here. Next, it may rocket straight back up. But yeah, but that was beautiful. FX Stabler has been trading really well as well. It's at $134 profit with not much drawdown. This is on turbo mode, by the way, and for some reason when I backtest turbo mode it doesn't pass my backtest, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the Euro USD when it trends really big, but at the moment, yet not too much happening here. The biggest lot size isn't, I'll have a look. So we have a look at the biggest lot size here that it did trade. 16. It only hit it twice. Buy limits. Did it hit them? No. No, it's only placed 0.16 buy limits and sell limits, but it hasn't actually hit them. The biggest it's hit is 0.08, sorry, which is very much worth it. So I haven't seen anything crazy with this yet, but it has been a ranging market, so we'll see. And then no sleep. Now this is the one that lost half of its equity and it's come back, and it is still coming back. So $619 we're up to now, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, Scalper Orion. Now remember with this, we moved the risk to 5%, and it actually went into quite a fair bit of drawdown on 5%. Let's have a look here. Where is it? Not no sleep. Yeah, Scalper Orion at the top here. So you can see drawdowns now 46.57%. Its max drawdown I saw was maybe like $400. You know, it almost got to half the account in drawdown. So, and if you have a look at the profits, not so much. This is from the 12th to the 21st. We've made $78. So I don't think, like, sure, you made $74 in that time, but I don't think making all the lot sizes are 0.04 as well, which I find really interesting. So it doesn't seem to be like a martingale system, because martingale it would have been increasing. So I don't think it's worth risking 5%. I think you could probably risk 2%, and it'd probably be better. And just remember it's we've got basket dollars set to true, so it'll hit, as soon as it hits $5, it should close at $5 profit, which is, you know, if you're risking 5% and it goes the wrong way, it's just not worth it. You know, here's the. I guess it's not including. I guess it's including the commission or whatever, but 4.96, 4.8. So there's a $5. Some less, obviously, but once it hits $5, it closes. But if you've got bigger lot sizes, you're risking more. It's going to take, if it goes the wrong way, which it did here somewhere, like it was coming down. You can see all these little, it's a take profit, take profits, and these are stop losses. So you can see here all the trades. So it's selling here and it's still going up. So selling, sell, another sell. So it started selling here, 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 here. So imagine if this was like, if this has kept moving up, it would, you've got all these cells at 0.04 lots. That really starts to add up, and your margin starts to decrease really quickly. If the market kept going up, it would have been in trouble, definitely in trouble. So I definitely think risking 5% is too much, but we'll leave it on it, and we'll see if I can do a midweek video and show you if it does go into drawdown. But yeah, at the moment it's got a buy 0.04, and the market's moving up, and the take profit is way up here. So that is pretty cool. Now Robotron was one that it was trading quite well, but I think I've got the times wrong for the server. I've got it set on 22 to 23, and when I was backtesting this, for me, 1 to 3 was actually better. And how I figured that out was, if we have a look on the 20th on Euro Pound, which is here. So I'll bring that up. Now if you can have a look here, this was that loss on the 20th, and as you can see, I started it at 22 to 23. Now I think it's a little bit too early. So if we start here 22 to 23, yes, it's supposed to be the start of this the turning over of the market, like 23 to 0, which is a little bit later. So if it was a little bit later, it would have opened like here and closed up here, or even up here. So I think it's opening the trades too early, and you can just tell that by having a look at this. Like, look at this, it opened it here and it closed down here. It opened a buy here, but what if it opened it here and it closed up here? That's where it would have definitely, it just needed to be moved an hour forward, or even 2 hours forward. Like if you have a look at this, that's beautiful, all the way up here. So 18, 19, and then 18, 21, and then it's kind of hard to tell, but that could be there. That could be like midnight, as in the 24th hour right there. So it closed on the 24th hour, possibly, yeah, so 5 minutes past midnight. So I think that opening definitely too early. So what I'm going to do for this next week, for Robotron anyway, we are still doing 0.1 lots. We are going to change the times. Actually, let's have a look at EuroCAD as well. So see, this is the same thing. It's opened too early, it's taken a heap of drawdown, come back and closed a little bit at a loss. But if we opened here, took a little bit of drawdown and probably closed way up here, would have been a win. But most of the time, these are the only losses that I noticed. So, and I think the reason being is last time I changed the times. So you can see here it closed at 1 o'clock. A bit later, where these ones are earlier. So it's a little bit all over the shop. Sometimes it will close later. But I think I'll do this. I'll change all this a bit later, but I think we need to change it from probably 1 to 2. So it goes 23 to 1. It doesn't do, or it could do. Yeah, I'll need to just double check because sometimes it goes 23 to 0, then to 1. So it could start at 0 and then go to 1, or vice versa. But I'll have a look at that anyway. But you know, it might do 0. So, but if you have a look at that, like, sure, it might on Euro USD. Even if it did move, Euro USD might be okay. Euro AUD didn't take a trade. Well, probably did. That one didn't take a trade. That one was, we had a look at that, and this one we have a look at that. But if we have a look at these earlier trades, like this one's been fine. We can see all the trades are a bit all over the shop. So I need to figure out with Robotron how to, if you set up the times fine, I think it would be okay. But it's just very, very, very dependent on whether you've got the right time set, and then you go from there. But yeah, that's Robotron. And we already talked about Dragon Expert. It's going well. Irins, which is the other one that I talked about, it's been going really well. So it's making some money. And this is the other baby shark, the other one that's coming second in terms of profit anyway. And this is only running at 2%, and it's currently in a profit. Beautiful 0.06 trade to the upside there on the hourly chart. And we've got the Grint trend multiplier, which is $67 in drawdown and $167 in profit. So it's made $100 if you close everything right now, which is nothing to be sneezed at. I think that's pretty good. And now we've got Forex Fury, which is it trades very similar to Robotron. It trades between the 23 and 24-hour marks, so it trades for 1 hour. It's risking 20% per cycle percentage, and the cycle is 7 trades right now, max order 7. So it's risking 20% of the account over 7 trades. And it doesn't have a trailing stop. We are not reversing the strategy, and it can take another set of 7 trades if it really wanted to, because I've got that set to false, and it's not trading a range. So let's have a look at Fury, because now if you've got $5 times 7, you know, not including the 20 cents, you've got $40 profit there just in one set of trades. So yeah, I think Forex Fury, it needs more testing. Yeah, it definitely needs more testing. Oh, sorry, $35 profit. The reason being is, oh, well, this is my bad here. So we can see here that there is losses on NZD USD, and that's because it's not one of the recommended pairs that they want you to trade. So I got rid of that. I got rid of that pair. We're only trading 5 pairs now. And I think when I was first doing it, I had it on the 5-minute time frame, and they recommended do it on the 15-minute time frame. But it seemed the 5-minute time frame worked really well for me, because it actually got up to about $400, nearly $500 in profit in the time that I'd been trading it, which was like since the 10th. And it is only the 23rd now. But then what happened, and this is the thing with Fury, right? What happened was that because you've got 7 trades open, and the stop loss, let's have a look here, is far greater, far greater than the take profit. So we've got a take profit of only 5 points, but our stop loss is 29. Almost 30 points there. So if you're, the thing with Fury, right, it's great, you make profits, but if it has a set of losing trades, you lose big. And this is what I mean by lose big. So we've got USD JPY times 7 at negative $38 times 7. Then we had GU, which did the same thing on the same day. It had a bad day. We lost $46 times 7 in just 2 sets of trades. So we lost all our gains in 2 sets of losses. So in 14 trades. That is where Fury comes unstuck, I believe. Now, if we go back and we have a look at what happened here, and now I'm sure there are ways to avoid this. You know, I think Fury is really, really good, but there just needs to be a way to minimize this happening, and you can minimize that by only trading one, where one set is 1 trade at a time instead of 7. But if we have a look here, let's look at GU, and we can have a look here at what happened. So it is on the 20th, which is here. So if we go in here, now just keep in mind that it opens 7 trades, so we're not going to see exactly what happens. So it opened here and it closed down here. But if it had have not closed here, it actually did end up moving up. So it would have been a profit over a longer period of time, but the stop loss needed to be much greater. So if the stop loss was, you know, this is on the 15-minute time frame. If the stop loss was bigger than 29, it would have to been double, maybe triple 29 to not hit this little spike down here. But if it was a little bit bigger, it might have closed break even with this candle here. If we have a look, no, so even a little bit more. Where'd it go? And we change them to candles. Yeah, so it may have closed at break even, but if it had have gone down here, so if it opened here and closed here, 62. See, it doesn't make sense. And that's what, 15 pips down there, and that's 20. Yeah, 28 there. It doesn't, yeah. Just need to have a look at seeing what happens there, because it seems like it shouldn't have probably closed. Close at a loss. Stop loss 29, take profit 5. So maybe this is what you do with what you can do with, I think maybe with Fury, you can backtest it. Let's have a look. Forex Fury, we'll look at was it GU? I don't even know if I'll have. And we were doing the 15-minute time frame every tick, and it was from, let's just start it at if we start it today and then go back to the 19th and to today. If we hit start, we'll see what happens. It might have to download some things. Yep, much data errors because this. There we go, cool. Bingo, it's finished. And see, on the backtest it's fine, but just remember that we do it again. It's got all these data errors, so the data I'm using is definitely not the best. See, modeling quality is not available. Net profits for $926 in just that time, but it didn't have any. It didn't take that loss, so I don't know what happened there. Maybe the spread got too wide. But it just needs more digging into, and that's what you can do, especially with robots that you can backtest. So when you're running them when you're forward testing, if you see something that's not right with the robot, you can see something that's not happening, something that it shouldn't be doing, you can definitely go back and backtest that exact same time of its loss, and it should do it again. And then you can figure out, oh, you know, in this situation, maybe in this situation we don't trade Fridays. Bingo, and that will stop those two losses, because Fridays are generally not the best days to trade. So that is one solution. You know, this has got an option to not trade on a Friday. So if you're noticing that Fury with your forward testing is losing on Fridays, just don't trade Fridays. Just trade 4 days a week, and then you know you've got those gains. But they're the only losses that I noticed with Forex Fury since I've been using it. So you just got to learn how to use the robot and how to adapt it to the market. You know, it's not, and you're going to get losses. There's definitely nothing. There's no strategy that's going to get you 100% wins, and if it is, it's not real, because you're gonna take losses. It's just how the market is. But that's just my thoughts on Fury. I think it is a really good robot, but I think with some better settings, it's definitely profitable. Like, it made a heap of money in 1 week. As you saw then, it made like $900 apparently in like 1 week. So, and that leads to pretty much the end of the review for the 8th week. You know, I've had these going for 2 months now, and I just really want to thank you all the people that are subscribed, that are following me, and you know, learning. We are all learning together on how to use all these robots and how we can make some money from them. We can learn the pitfalls from them. We can learn things on not to do, and then we can probably generate a portfolio of the best ones of these, and we know exactly what to do, right? So if we have say if you had a Dragon Expert / Iran's robot running 3 pairs on a cent account on 5,000 cents, you know that it's probably going to be pretty safe. If you ran Euro USD on $1,000 on the settings with the current market, it may be safe, but it is very aggressive, remember. If you run Baby Shark on 2% through the current market, it would have been safe on another account. So you can have Dragon / Iran's, you can have Baby Shark on another account. If you wanted to, not Neptune, I would run Stepping Stone, but Stabilizer's been pretty good. You can have another account with that one going. Orion, if you wanted to, you can have another account with Orion going with less risk. Robotron, another account if you wanted to run all the pairs, and then, you know, Iran's, Baby Shark, Grid Trend Multiplier is going really good, and then Fury they recommend to only run 1 pair per account, and the reason being is because of that loss as well. But if you really wanted to, you can run, you know, all of these pairs on the one account and just run 1 single trade per pair. But the thing is, if it's running 20% and you've got 5, you could probably margin call the account if they all take a trade at the same time. So just be careful of that. You know, you've got 5 currency pairs and they're all running 20% by 1 trade. That's 100% of your margin if they all open at the same time. So that's probably why they recommend to not do this. But we're just doing this to see how each one would go and then go from there. So at the moment we're in some trades, open trades. One of them is actually in profit, which is really interesting. Does this? 7. Interesting. Interesting. And what was the last closed trades? There should be 7 AUD USDs. Yeah, there we go. So, so there's one left that hasn't hit like $5 or haven't hit its take profit yet. So we can see sell 11 and the take profit, don't know. It could have been the fact that, like, the reason why it hit those losses is that I changed the time frame from 5 minutes to 15. Maybe it works really well in 5 minutes. I don't know. But that is pretty much it. It has been a very long video. I'm really sorry about that. But we've gone through quite a lot of things. I thought I'd do a longer video on all of these robots because we're all learning together, and I think we've found some really good ones. So what I need to do is just now build some equity myself so I can start running some live accounts, which I'm not doing. I'm just learning how to trade manually, and I'd like to actually go through, do some new videos actually on some manual trading systems, some indicators, some other things that I've been doing and thinking about doing as well, like how-to videos and things like that, and sharing just rather than just do robots. We're going to share lots of other things as well. I'm still working on the website, still deciding on what direction it wants to go in. But that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate the coffees and all the subs and all the comments. I'm going to have a look now and see if I can get back to you all. But that is it from me. Thanks again. This is Ron from Optimize Effects. I'm chilling out. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.